Hello everyone and welcome back to yet another video. Today I'm gonna show you how to use a tool called UV. And what this tool does, it basically does everything that pip does from Python, but it does it up to 100 times faster. And if you compare the benchmarks, as you can see, UV is almost 100 times faster based on this benchmark. It could probably be even faster, so it's extremely good for Python scripts and everything, to install Python tools and everything. Everyone should start using UV because it is much faster than Python's pip. So I wanted to make a tutorial on how to use it. So without further ado, let's get into UV. So to install it, you just go to the internet, type in install UV, and then click on this link. Then click on installation, then copy this and then paste it here, and it will install UV in just a second for you here. So UV is now installed for me, and the first time you run it on a file, it could be a little bit slower, but then it is much faster. So here I have a script, which is really simple. It just prints please subscribe, so you should subscribe. But this is just a first script that I wanted to show UV on. So to run UV with the script, you just have to do UV run -- script and then secret.py, and then just like that it executed. Simple as that. If you need to import some kind of modules to UV, or the script uses some kind of modules, Python, let's say my script starts to use requests. So import requests, let's say, and then let's do r is equal to, and then let's say let's make the script just fetch my YouTube channel 0day-gym, like that, and then print r.text, just like that. Very simple script, but now it requires requests. So if you do UV run -- script secret.py, it will not work because it says no module named requests. So to install the module with UV, you have to do UV. Let's do like the same command, just replace run with add, and then at the end you just type in your module or module. So let's say requests. If we want to add more modules, let's say CSV or Pwn or anything like that, and you just add more modules. And it says updated secret.py. So let's now look at the secret.py and how it looks. As we can see, it added some comments here, and this is basically how UV identifies what kind of dependencies it needs to run the script. So it needs requests here. So if we do UV run -- script secret.py, now it just I need to replace secret.py with requests, not requests, like that. Requests, like that. I typo, I'm sorry. And now we can see that it successfully fetched my website. So great. This is how we use like the core UV's functions. Now I'm gonna show you how to import something like a bigger project. So let's say targeted Kerberoast. And it's basically just a Python tool that performs targeted Kerberoasting for Active Directory. So let's git clone this repo. And as you probably know, targeted Kerberos has this requirements file. So you don't have to do this, but to create virtual environment with UV, you have to do UV venv, just like that. So you can just do source.venv bin activate, and then it activates virtual environment for you with UV, and then you can install tools or modules or imports with UV, just like you would with pip. So UV pip install, and then let's say requests, maybe I typoed it again, and then we can see that it already installed the requests as quickly as that, and it's blazingly fast actually. So now I'm gonna show you how to install these requirements to this targeted Kerberoast file. So if we try to run targeted Kerberoast.py now, it will not work because we don't have the dependencies. As you can see, no module named LDEF3, and this is the request file. So to add the request file, just do the same thing that we did previously, add, and then -r requests.txt, and then we can see that it updated target Kerberos.py. If we take a look at it, we can see all of the dependencies here, and then if I go ahead and run uv run --script targeted Kerberos.py, we can see that it just works here because I installed all of the dependencies blazingly fast previously. To install some kind of a tool with UV, you can do UV tool install, and then let's say install, and then let's say I want to install Certipy -ad, and it will just like that install Certipy. I already have the executable, so if I want to override it, I can use --force. It's useful if you want to update tools that were installed with pip. So let's say --force, and it will just update the tool, and then I can just do Certipy -ad, and then we can see that it just works. So it installed insanely fast, and if we tried to install it with Python's pip, it would take an insanely long amount of time. Alright, so the last couple of things that I wanted to show you with UV is how do you, for example, install a larger project that requires some setup to do. So let's say there's a tool called Gauri for SQL injections. So Gauri SQL here, and I'm just gonna git clone this tool here. Let's wait for it to load, then git clone Gauri. Let's wait for it to clone, and then go here. And then we can see that there is this setup.py file. And previously, if you wanted to install this, you would have to do Python 3 pip install, I think setup.py, if I'm not mistaken. I don't actually remember. But right now with UV, you just have to do UV tool install dot, and then it will just resolve this setup.py file, and it will just install this Gauri executable, and you can just run it. So Gauri, and then we can see that it just works. Not sure what are those errors. It's not because of UV, it's probably because of this tool, but as you can see, it works like that. So if you have a project that has these bigger dependencies with setup files, you just have to do UV tool install dot, and then it will install. And then the last thing that I wanted to show you is that you can install, that you can use Python's idle inside of UV. So let's say if you know, you can run Python 3 and it will drop you into this shell. But if you try to use like request.get, something like that, there it will say that request is not defined. I think you can import requests or something like that, and then request.get, then you have this function here. But with UV, you can just, you can probably even install some kind of, I'm actually not sure about that. You can probably even just install some kind of modules file. But with UV, you just have to run UV run -- with, let's say, requests. If we want the requests module, and you can probably do CSV and, for example, Pwn, etc., other modules. Then you have to do --python, and then let's say Python, let's do Python 3.12, and then Python 3.12, like that. And then, as we can see, we are dropped into this shell. And then if we try to run requests.get, we get, is this function defined? I think it's with requests.get. Let's see, --with. I'm actually not sure. I'm kind of confused. Why is it not working? Exit, like that. UV --help. Let's examine the UV help page. And this is just like a tutorial for you. If you don't know how something works, you can always just go to the help page. Then let's say UV run --help, and then we are looking for width. So I'm just gonna search for width. Go down, go down, go down. Width. Run with the given packages installed. So I think it should work, but I'm not sure Actually, why is it not working with requirements? Let's see. Run request Python, and then Python like that. Request.get, import requests. I guess you still have to import everything here, but let's say if the module is not installed in the system with like pip, let's see, can I actually run with import pwn? No module found pwn. And if we do with pwn like that, then it will install pwn, and then I probably can do import pwn, and then it imported pwn. So that's how it works. I didn't actually use it at all, so that's my first time using it. So yeah, that's how you, I guess, debug if something is not working for you. And that's probably going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed the video and learned something new, please make sure to subscribe and leave a comment down below of maybe what you want to see in the other videos. And then thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.